Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Mr. Mayhem, and we are back with some Kingdom Come, folks. I don't know why my camera's like that. Why is the camera like so low? It looks really low. It's weird looking. Anyways. Fuck yo cam. Fuck yo couch. That's Dave Chappelle.
Excuse you.
So if you guys hear talking in the background, it's Jesse playing a game. For fuck's sake, man. Let me sleep a second. Don't sleep on my lap either, please. That's good enough. When? Huh? Oh. We can.
Huh?
We can. I might get a euro instead.
You're gonna get a euro?
A gyro. I forgot what I was doing last time, guys. Oh, that's right. I had to kill some dickheads. They need to fix this mechanic. How the fuck can you not climb? I'm on a horse, for Christ's sakes. So the other day, guys, after we streamed this, I believe it was on the weekend or last week, I think it was Friday maybe. I played a little longer after, and I could not beat this part for some reason. It's horseshit. Like literally, I snuck up in the middle of the night, and I tried to suffocate the one guy, and I knocked him out, and then the other guy got up, like as if he would have actually heard, and then he started attacking me. And I literally shot like 10 arrows in him, and he was like as if it didn't even phase him. I say bullshit. Alright, so what it is you should go fuck yourself. That's what it is. Wait, can I attack things on horseback? Because I'm rushing in there to fuck some people up. Oh wow, I can jab. Slash? Okay, so we can. but there's a good chance that our horse might get a little fucked up. Well, my horse has an arrow in the back of his head. What's up, Stu? Right in the dick.
Come here. Is that all you've got?
Chase me if you can, you little bitch.
Bring it on.
How are you possibly running at the same speed as a horse? Okay, I wish this arrow wasn't in the back of my horse's head. Okay, go and fuck yourself right in the asshole.
Bring it on. What's the matter? Come on. God, go.
Like, what the fuck? How are you guys possibly running at the same speed as me? Where the hell did it go? Oh, fucking shit smear.
Come here, Lily Liver.
Oh, sorry. Missed your head there. Are you guys actually, like, stuck? Because this is great.
Going to enjoy this.
Just stay there.
You get what for?
What the fuck is going on?
Bring it on.
Okay, I'll just keep shooting you in the dick. Because apparently this guy's got no range. That was a headshot anyways. Mm-hmm. I'll just waste arrows, that's fine.
Gone weak at the knees, have you?
Alright, Stu, thanks for dropping by, dude.
You call that combat?
What the fuck?
I'm going to enjoy this.
This mechanic for the bow and arrow is broken too, I think.
I'll slaughter you.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Bring it. Is that all you've got?
Fuck you. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, thanks, dude. You too. Thanks for stopping by. A boar hide? Silver ring. I'll take it. Okay, so we gotta go back to that guy and tell him that the job's done. Alright, how do we call the horse again? I don't even remember. I think it's triangle. Yep, it is. Let's go tell this dirtbag that the guys are dead. I can't believe that just happened, though, that I fucking at least wasted like 20 arrows. That's horseshit. Not your horseshit, Pebbles. You're a good horse. So far. Deer. The dead.
I bear good tidings.
Already?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my truck.
Really?
What?
Afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it. I don't know if they'll...
I could go and ask them if it's important to you.
Would you? You'll definitely have their respect, the way you took care of those cuts.
And then I'll have to come back here and talk to your stupid ass. Makes it very difficult to ride the horse in this game because you have to hold the circle button. Well, actually, it makes it hard to run, even when you're on foot. To gallop the horse, you have to hold circle. To run, your character is circle as well, and then jumping is square. So you have to reach across your controller and then press square. I don't know why they just lost the mechanic to... like why they couldn't have just done circle to crouch or whatnot, and then toggle L3 to run. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they made the mechanic for specific things in this game a little confusing. Most games nowadays go off of like a basic thing where like X is your use button, or A if you're on Xbox or whatever, or like right or left click your mouse. to use something. Square is jump or reload, depending on what game you're playing. Now, if you were playing Call of Duty and your reload button was like L1, now that's fucking weird. That's retarded. And your grenade button is square. Like, what the fuck? I think a lot less people would play that shit. And I'm not even using that as a complaint against this game, guys. It's just something that they did. This this game creator is a new company that I really haven't even heard of. But Deep Silver still put their stamp on it. And they couldn't even put like a heads up. Like, those guys made some really sweet games. So the name that you're using on your YouTube is your PlayStation account name?
Could do with a bite to eat. I found Ginger. He begged me to ask if he can return.
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault I had to bury my husband.
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt? The men said they didn't see him in bed. He didn't have a clean conscience because he gave those murderers a signal.
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognized him and Ginger was afraid he'd come back and kill him.
Those are just excuses. He wouldn't dare come back.
But they came back the very same day. If he hadn't run, they'd have killed him and everyone else.
Why would they?
Why not? They'd already murdered several people. Why not a few more?
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill one of my daughters in the process?
The cutthroats who were after him have been taken care of. And the rest have no reason to return here. I understand your concerns, but you just need to ask Sir Hamish to leave you a guard. Those bandits might be willing to take on a few stable boys, but not an armed soldier. It can be arranged.
Good then. Let the lad come back again.
Of course I have to go tell him. Why can't I be like, oh, I'll just send word to him?
Well, look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy,
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. I really don't know, my lord. He disappeared without saying a word to anyone. Never crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed. Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering, and it's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again. If you're lucky, I'll only have you whipped and clapped in the stocks. Because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way. I've made myself absolutely clear. Now, let's hear what you have to learn.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it, then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Uja.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzik will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
Could do with a bite to eat.
There's probably food around here somewhere.
Dumb. Greetings, Henry.
You guys don't have any food by any chance?
Hey!
Telling the dog to shut up. Oh, yeah. Alright, so,
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
oh, here's Sir Radzig.
Greetings. What business have you?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it?
It's up to you what you consider important.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to...
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognized one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. The rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhaya to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir. Why choose Merhaya?
It's somewhat at the center of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another...
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them.
Exactly. It's not about the silver.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
The trail leads to Uzhitz. I found out one of the bandits is from there. A fellow they call Limpy Lubosh.
I see. What else?
That's all I found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new.
Alright, so I want to check. Why am I not wearing any shoes? Make that no shoes and no pants as well. – think we're heading back to go talk to what's his face. What is this? Horse trader? Can I actually buy a new horse? I'm not even quite sure we've got the money for it, but I probably can sell stuff.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Is it you? I'd like to buy a horse.
I'm glad to hear it. We're badly in need of selling. Have you looked them over?
I have.
The best there are. Is there one in particular you...
Actually, I'm gonna go look at them. Can I? Spurs? Okay, this is cool. Military horseshoes? Okay, that's cool. That is pretty sweet. Alright, let's sell some stuff here. Alright. Trader doesn't have enough money?
Let's have a word about the...
Greetings, Henry.
Here.
Well now, thank you very much.
I feel quite hungry.
We only lost 10. Russian? I can't even pronounce that shit. There's a nice horse there. 290, 228. I want a horse that's like actually fast. 39 and 350. That's a gorgeous horse too. So this one is... What the fuck's the name of this horse? Horse. That's a horse's name.
Hungry. I'd like to buy a...
I'm glad to hear it. Have you looked them over?
May the
have.
Lord watch
The best
over
there
you,
are. Is there one in... A wonderful Arab stallion, heavenly. When you look into those eyes of his, you'd swear.
Surely you'll knock something off the price if I trade in my old...
That's an
Maybe some
expensive
other-
horse.
There's a mount for a conqueror, strong as an ox.
Surely you'll not...
Well,
I don't.
Maybe some other?
strong and swift. A fine horse for the hunt. You'd nearly.
Oh. No, it's not.
Surely you'll knock something off the price if I trade in my old...
15 minutes.
No deal.
Maybe some other?
A strong beast. The strongest I ever saw. It easily. Only I never feel too easy around him. I get the feeling he's about to play some trick on me.
Some expensive ass horses, Jesus.
Surely you'll knock something off the price if I trade
Not too
in
bad,
my
dude. How are you?
No deal.
My shit.
Maybe...
You got fucking expensive shit.
I feel quite hungry.
Alright, so, anywho. Where is our horsey? Oh, there you are. You useless bastard. Oh, we sold some stuff at least. They didn't have enough money for us to sell the stuff that's in our horse, though. It's called Kingdom Come, dude. It's just basically a medieval game. With a pretty cool sword fighting mechanic, though.
I feel quite hungry.
Is there something in here for us to eat? Just getting whooped by tree branches right now. Guys, I want to kind of know what happens when you steal a horse and you actually, like, run with that horse and you don't get caught. If there's a way of, like, owning that horse. Because every time that I've stolen a horse and tried to ride it, and then you hop off it, and it still says steal horse. So it's kind of iffy riding that horse. Where the fuck am I going? No, it's actually brand new. Came out not too long ago. So these are all things that I don't think I can actually... Maybe I can purchase them? I don't actually know, but... I don't think there was too much actually going around about it, dude. They need some better, like, aiming mechanic, at least. Like, even Skyrim's got an aiming mechanic for their bow. Because you can't even use the bow properly. Your character just assumes where the arrow's supposed to go. Like, I can do exactly what he's doing, but I'm not gonna hit a target. Yeah, like, there's no way of even knowing where your arrow's gonna go. At least if you're using a bow in real life with no sight on it, you can use the arrowhead. But that involves you actually bringing the bow up to your face, basically. So you can see where you're firing it. This guy just like, he's like, yeah, that's about it. I don't know if it like upgrades later on, but that is the shittiest mechanic. The shittiest. I only use the bow at like close range or when I literally just want to spam the shit out of somebody to try to kill them. It's basically like using a shotgun. You don't know if you're going to hit your target, but just fire it anyways. Uh-oh. Now that is a fine piece of stallion. Look at that. That's a nice horse. Pegasus? 42 speed? A 180 capacity, 15 courage. $260 and 18. This horse just balances out way better. I'm actually just gonna steal this horse. I don't know what happens. No, it's not an online game. There's another horse dealer here?
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get
I'm
hungry.
sorry. How big is this search area? Pretty fucking big. Let me just put that away.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a name?
That'll be Lubosh, gallows bait if ever I saw one. His place is at the end of the village next to the stream. Take. God
Thank you.
bless.
I feel quite hungry.
Much easier to ask people. Wow, this place is actually massive. I'm gonna grab the horse. I was like, let's just run across town. No, it's not run across town.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing
He's
to
dead.
see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter. This is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Scalitz, in the service of Hanish's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around
Auschwitz.
here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
I thought it was Auschwitz, not
Shit.
Auschwitz.
Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Whoa, that is actually really graphic for a video game.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Nothing is ever as easy as you'd want it to be.
That weapon away before someone gets hurt.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Actually, it's pretty a fun game so far.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see
I would say
anything?
it's worth buying.
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how...
Another thing about...
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry. Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? Or would it an inscription in blood? It's a pity I don't know how to read. Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning, but who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well.
Kinda similar, just no dragons.
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if...
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I feel quite hungry. Nothing here. Nothing here.
We'll just eat all the evidence of anything that I've stolen.
No, it's open.
A bed.
God be with you. Another thing about...
What is it?
My respect.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof.
Of course.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight.
Have you noticed anything
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was sculpted.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day?
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time?
He was a loner.
That's all.
Get away with this! Catch him! Stop him, someone! No kurwa! Now I
My character's drunk.
Way off! Well then. Ow. You showed him.
Thank you, that thieving magpie. You can't And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
Holy shit, my character's actually really drunk. We'll hide the body here. I have no idea where we're going. We're fucking hammered. He can't even keep his head up. I might want to sleep this off.
Is someone there?
What are you doing here without a license?
Why is he like tipping over? What the fuck is going on? Maybe we can wash the drunk out. Nope.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child. All sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhoff was...
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous
There are laws of God above the laws of man's son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confession.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which...
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances. And this is one of them.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that?
What's up, Jose?
You know you may be condemning innocent people to death.
I can. Because if I broke...
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the... If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't...
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the same... Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta fucking take a nap or something. I'm already hammered. Let's get hammered some fucking more. Let's wait an hour. Maybe he'll show up.
Stop. Ah.
What? It is evening. Can I rent a room or something? I don't care whose bed this is. We'll get out of there before anybody even notices that we were sleeping in their bed. Because they're all still sound asleep. It's probably a Sunday. People like to sleep in on Sundays. Ah, great, and it's raining. Oops.
How kind of you.
Trust me, there's nowhere I'd rather have been. You wouldn't believe what happened to me.
Tell me all about it this evening.
Have you thought of a way to help me solve that?
Let's leave it for the evening.
Do you have any work that we...
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. I have to deal with a local witch.
A witch?
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hat.
No, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with...
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil.
What?
Good.
Alright, we'll stop at like 1500 hours. That's 3 o'clock.
I hate the battle royale. The quest part of it, I like the full version of it, which is the battle royale. Otherwise, I don't. Let's talk trade.
Good health to you.
Let's see if he knows anything. I don't really care what he has to say. It's probably gonna be the same as the last guy's.
Do you... That's all.
Okay, so that's all you're selling?
Hey! Watch it!
God be with.
That artillery just fucking gave me so many points. I need an artillery again.
You're stupid. Are you guys like a whole bunch of grocers here? Like, Jesus, I need to sell weapons. What time is normally evening? 5 o'clock is like evening? Jesse, what time do you classify evening to be? 5 o'clock? What time is evening?
What time is evening?
Yeah, what time do you normally classify evening to be? I have no idea what's going on.
What is... Lord Almighty!
I wish I was a little bit more precise. Like, meet them around this time. Instead of evening. Oh, is this him coming?
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here. We'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. The parents, the girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There's a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna.
My poor child.
Who are you?
May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujit.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyle? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and...
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Uzhitz isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the preaching of Master Yon, the lamentable. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for...
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can...
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear some... What do you suppose? We have a drink of...
Ah, that sounds like a good...
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
You reached a new level in drinking? What does that even mean? Can I drink more now?
Enough of this.
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Oh.
Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Really? Oh, I thought this guy was fucking dead. I was like, I just killed this dude?
Are you...
Welcome, Henry.
So, my dear, wouldn't you like to have a little ring on the bell? Said and done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care?
I'm getting in a lot of trouble for this.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
That's such a bitch.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
An orgy? That's gross.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
Okay, this game is really graphic.
Say, Henry, shall we take a little ride of our own?
Guys, I didn't think it was going to go that way, but it did. It really did. Priest, I think you're fucking drunk. I think I'm drunk too. My head is tilting to one side. I can't control it. I think I've got Tourette's or something. What the fuck is going on?
I have to say that was a fine
Henry doesn't even give a fuck. He's like, I just got some pussy. I don't give a shit.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fuck it out. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. Oh, my guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh, shit, I have to say Mass. I gotta say Mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Drinking level up again? My character's gonna be a liquor tank by the end of this game.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so safe.
Don't mock me.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
Well, alright. I can't make any promise.
No, neither can...
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. No need to drag...
Christ almighty.
Wonderful.
Alright guys, we'll do this and then I'll end the stream off. Okay,
hey, watch it.
Hey!
I'm fucking coming, I'm still half drunk for Christ's sakes. Let me put some clothes on, I don't even know where my clothes went.
Hey.
My character's about to fall asleep for Christ's sakes.
Never show up. Swamp.
Look, he can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up. I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas.
It's gonna drop the cross.
Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest
of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the great...
Okay. I don't want to hear him preach his sermon.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church.
How long have to preach about the church?
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. And it is all due to... They think sins can be washed away by money, and they sell indulgences, and that...
Prague didn't do much for his...
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Hear my words then. The church is corrupt, and her servants seek their own gain. A priest who fornicates and indulges in gluttony and intoxication is no priest at all. You would do better to be your own priests, each and every one of you, for you have no need for such Pharisees and
Yes! Down with the hypocrites! Down with Godwin!
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
He's gonna hate us.
Have you no shame, you pair of buffoons? I'll be writing to the bishop of this. For shame.
Utterly blasphemous.
Can you believe such behavior? For men of the cloth to get drunk at pigs in church.
Oh, dear God.
So, is our deal still on?
Are you pulling my fucking pizzle? I couldn't have done worse myself if I'd puked on the altar.
Well, I'm no preacher.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
You can't be serious. After all that?
All what? All you making a complete hash of my sermon? You were supposed to help, not get me into even more trouble. Now I'll have the bishop on my back, and all the villagers. Just leave, I need to pull myself together.
And what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else to help you.
Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it off here. I hope you guys enjoyed what you've seen. Obviously, if you did enjoy what you see, smash that like button. If you guys want to see more of this, whatever's to come, and hit that subscribe button, guys. My name is Mr. Mayhem. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you guys. I'm not quite sure tomorrow. I might do a stream tomorrow, but if so, I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you guys on Saturday, and until then, peace out.